Welcome to Infinite Mind Potential, where we uncover the deepest secrets of human intelligence and the art of true learning. We often believe that focus is a sheer force of will, a muscle that must be strained until it submits. But forcing your brain to pay attention against its will is like trying to hold back the tide with hands. True focus is never forced. It is an effortless byproduct of genuine curiosity, a state where the mind opens naturally. When you are truly curious, you do not need to try to focus, because your attention is captured by wonder. The ancient Greeks understood this better than anyone, believing that all wisdom begins with a specific, powerful state of mind. They called this state Thaumazein, a word that describes the philosophical shock and wonder that sparks the journey of knowledge. It is not just about seeing something new. It is about realizing that the world is far stranger than imagined. This feeling of bewilderment is not a system error. It is the very engine that drives your brain to learn. When you are confused, your brain wakes up, signaling that your current mental models are insufficient to explain reality. However, most of us run away from this feeling, seeking the comfort of what we already know and recognize. This leads us to the trap of familiarity, a dangerous illusion where we mistake recognizing a text for understanding it. You read a sentence and nod because the words look familiar, but your brain has not actually processed the meaning. There is a massive difference between recognizing a path when you see it and being able to walk it alone. This is why you can read a chapter 3 times and still fail to answer a basic question about it. Your brain is designed to conserve energy, so it glosses over what it thinks it already knows to save effort. To break this cycle, you must embrace productive confusion, the uncomfortable state where deep learning actually takes place within you. Neuroscience shows that the struggle to retrieve information is what strengthens the neural pathways in your long-term memory. Just as muscles need tension to grow, your intellect needs the tension of confusion to expand its current capacity. Instead of immediately looking up the answer when you are stuck, try to sit with the question for a while. This effort signals your hippocampus that this information is vital for survival, locking it deeper into your permanent storage. Productive confusion is about navigating the fog of ignorance with patience, rather than demanding the sun to rise immediately. This brings us to the shift from asking how to asking why, a fundamental change in how we process information. Most people learn by memorizing recipes or formulas, focusing entirely on the step-by-step process of how to execute. Learning how helps you solve standard problems, but it leaves you helpless when the variables change even slightly. Learning why means understanding the first principles, the fundamental truths that govern the system you are trying to master. When you understand why a rule exists, you no longer need to memorize it. It becomes a part of you. This is the essence of first principles thinking, breaking reality down to its core components and building up from there. If you cannot explain why something works in simple terms, you have only recognized the concept, not truly understood it. So the next time you feel the frustration of not understanding, do not retreat into the safety of the familiar. Embrace that confusion as a sign that you are on the verge of a breakthrough that will change your mind. Let curiosity be the lightning that strikes the calm waters of your ignorance, creating ripples of understanding that last forever. Stop trying to force focus and start cultivating the questions that make looking away from the work impossible to do. Reconnect with the child inside you who asked why about everything, before the world taught you to just accept how. Knowledge that is forced is like a plastic flower. It looks real, but has no life, no scent, no roots. Knowledge born from curiosity and struggle is an oak tree. It withstands the storms of time and grows stronger daily. When you master the art of productive confusion, you become immune to the distractions that plague the modern, shallow mind. The pieces of the puzzle will eventually fit together, not because you forced them, but because you understood their shape. This alignment of curiosity, struggle, and understanding is the secret formula for unlocking the infinite potential of your mind. Mathematics, art, science, and philosophy all converge at this point of wonder, where the known meets the unknown frontier. The view from the summit of understanding is worth every moment of struggle you endured during the climb up there. Do not be a bucket that simply holds water. Be a stream that constantly renews itself and flows with purpose. True understanding allows you to defend your ideas, adapt to new evidence, and grow without feeling threatened by ignorance. Start every learning session with that single, powerful word, and let it guide you through the maze of information. Do not be afraid to unlearn what is wrong, for clearing the slate is often the first step to wisdom. That moment of illumination, the aha moment, is the reward your brain gives you for persisting through the confusion. Your brain is the most complex object in the known universe. Treat it with the respect and patience it deserves. Step away from the screens and the constant noise to let your natural curiosity resurface from beneath the distraction. Reverse your thinking process. Do not ask how to finish quickly. Ask why this task matters in the first place. Imagine you have to explain the concept to the greatest minds of the past. Would they be convinced by you? Every concept you truly understand becomes a drop of water that expands your ocean of competence and mental clarity. Train your brain to release dopamine not when you find the answer, but when you encounter a challenging, novel mystery. Thaumazein is the key. Productive confusion is the turning of the lock, and understanding is the door swinging open. Build your knowledge structure piece by piece, ensuring every connection is solid before adding the next layer of complexity. You cannot build a skyscraper of intellect on a swamp of vague familiarity. You need the bedrock of deep understanding. The goal is not just to acquire information, but to transform who you are through the process of learning it. When you understand the principles, the universe fits in your hand. When you memorize, you just carry a list. Resist the path of least resistance, for it leads only to mediocrity and a superficial understanding of the world. Open your eyes to the wonder that exists in the mundane, and you will never struggle to focus ever again. The great scholars of history did not have smartphones, yet they understood the universe because they knew how to wonder. Reclaim your attention span by engaging with difficult things that require you to slow down and think deeply. Allow your rough ideas to be polished by the friction of confusion until they become smooth, perfect spheres of truth. Keep a journal, not of what you have learned, but of the questions that are currently keeping you awake. The maze of learning is meant to be navigated, not flown over. The journey through the turns is the lesson. Mold your mind like clay. Keep it wet with curiosity, so it does not harden into a rigid, brittle shape. When you stop forcing focus, you enter a flow state where time disappears and learning becomes purely automatic and joyous. Look at the stars and realize how little we know. Let that humility drive you to seek more knowledge. Curiosity is the seed, confusion is the soil, and your attention is the water that allows wisdom to grow. Like a musician who feels the music rather than reading notes, you must feel the logic of what you learn. See the invisible laws that govern the visible world, and you will never look at an apple the same way. Share your confusion with others, for collective wonder is often more powerful than solitary study in the quest for truth. Build bridges over the gaps in your knowledge. Do not just jump and hope you will make it across safely. Attention to detail comes naturally when you care about the mechanism. Force yourself to care, not to just pay attention. Break complex ideas down into their component colors. Analyze each part, and then recombine them into the white light of truth. The ocean of knowledge is vast and intimidating, but you only need to learn to swim one stroke at a time. Celebrate the moments when confusion turns into clarity. These are the victories that build your intellectual confidence and self-worth. Find your sanctuary, a place where your mind feels safe to explore the dangerous territories of the unknown and complex. A focused mind is not a tense mind. It is a synchronized mind, where all parts are working in harmony. Creativity is just intelligence having fun. Let your learning process be creative, messy, and uniquely your own personal journey. Let the lights of understanding turn on in the city of your mind. One building, one street, one concept at a time. Think several steps ahead. Ask yourself how this new piece of information connects to what you learned last year. Every book you truly understand is a step on the staircase that leads you to a higher vantage point. There are worlds within worlds waiting for you to discover them, if only you can sustain your gaze long enough. Keep the fire of curiosity burning. Do not let the cold winds of cynicism or laziness extinguish your sacred flame. The dust of your struggle is the evidence of your work. Do not be afraid to get your hands dirty. Your mind is a rough diamond. It requires the friction of hard problems to reveal its true brilliance and value. Choose the difficult path of deep understanding over the easy highway of memorization, for the view is far better. Your mind contains ancient temples of potential that you have not yet explored. Go find them and unlock their doors. Let the torrent of information flow over you, but remain centered in your quest for the underlying principles and truth. Order emerges from chaos when you understand the gravity that holds everything together. Find the center of your study. You are the mechanic of your own mind. You must know how every part works if you want to drive fast. Develop the eyes of an owl. Learn to see clearly where others only see shadows, ambiguity, and confusion. Let your knowledge flow out of you with the confidence of a master calligrapher. Deliberate, beautiful, and permanent. The irritation of not knowing is the grain of sand. Your effort to understand is the layer that makes it a pearl. Navigate the ocean of life using the stars of first principles, and you will never be lost in the storm. Learning is an endurance sport, not a sprint. Pace yourself. Breathe through the confusion, and keep moving forward. Cultivate your mind like a garden. Pull out the weeds of falsehood and water the seeds of genuine curiosity. When the gears of your mind finally click into place, the machine of your intellect will run without friction. Clarity is the ultimate superpower. It allows you to see reality as it is, not as you fear it to be. The harvest of wisdom takes time. Do not rush the seasons of your mind, or you will reap nothing but chaff. Throw open the shutters of your mind. Let the light of why illuminate the dark corners of how. Rise above the noise of simple recognition and soar in the high altitudes of deep, conceptual understanding and wisdom. Let your curiosity be your compass. Trust it to lead you to the truths that are most relevant to you. Forge your intellect in the fire of productive confusion. Make it strong, sharp, and useful for the battles ahead. As you practice this, the mist will lift faster, and the landscape of knowledge will become yours to command. Books are not just paper. They are stored consciousness, waiting to be reactivated by the spark of your attention. Imagine the satisfaction of closing your eyes at night, knowing you didn't just look at things, you understood them. Return to the state of Thaumazein. Return to the child who knew that the world is a magical puzzle to solve. There is no limit to what you can learn when you stop forcing focus and start following your natural wonder. Walk towards the confusion, embrace the struggle, and claim the understanding that is waiting for you on the other side. You have the potential to master anything. You just need to change the way you engage with the unknown. Thank you for watching Infinite Mind Potential. If this video sparked your curiosity, please like and subscribe for more. Stay curious, embrace the confusion, and never stop questioning the world around you. See you in the next video.